Hello dear students, welcome back to my science class. Today I am going to teach you a very interesting as well as important topic, that is writing formulas of chemical compound. It is equally important for both the classes 8 and 9. In class 8, before you are going to learn about chemical properties of metals and non-metals, it is important for you to know how to write down formulas of chemical compounds, because you have to write and learn a lot many chemical equations. And in class 9, atomic structure and writing formulas of chemical compounds are directly into your syllabus. So let's start. Before you learn how to write down formulas of the chemical compound, it is important for you to know the symbols of the elements present in the periodic table. Here I have taken first 30 elements present in the periodic table. What is symbol? Symbol is the abbreviation of the name of the elements present in the periodic table. There are certain rules for writing the symbols. So we will learn symbols of first 30 elements in the periodic table. First is hydrogen H, helium He. When two letters are taken, first one will be in capital letter, second one in small letter. Lithium Li, beryllium Be, boron B, carbon C, nitrogen N, oxygen O, fluorine F, neon Ne, sodium, that is Na from its Latin name natrium, magnesium Mg, aluminium Al, silicon Si, phosphorus P, sulfur S, chlorine Cl, argon Ar, potassium K, calcium Ca, scandium Sc, titanium Ti, vanadium V, chromium Cr, manganese Mn, iron from its Latin name ferrum Fe, cobalt Co, nickel Ni, copper Cu from its Latin name cuprum, and zinc Zn. Children, when you will learn, you have to learn all these elements serially. Why you have to learn the name of this element serially, I will tell you later. So you have to know all the symbols of the elements, and you have to memorize the elements serially. Electronic configuration of first 30 elements of periodic table. Just take a look in the electronic configuration of first 30 elements in the periodic table. Electronic configuration is arrangement of electrons in the atomic structure of the elements. Now, each atom is having 3 subatomic particles, namely electron, protons and neutrons. Amongst them, protons and neutrons are present in the center of the atom in a space that is called nucleus of the atom, surrounding which electrons revolves in certain fixed orbits. Now, how electrons are arranged in the fixed orbit, there are certain rules, and that is electronic configuration of electrons or elements of the periodic table. Just take a look to it. We will discuss about it in more detail. Here I have taken a few examples to illustrate electronic configuration of the atoms. You have to understand that atoms are electronically neutral. In the nucleus, protons are present, they are positively charged, and neutrons are present, they are neutral. Surrounding nucleus, electron, which are negatively charged, revolves in some fixed orbit. So in an atom, number of protons equal to number of electrons. So atom is electrically neutral. Now let's see the electronic configuration of a few atoms. First is hydrogen atom. Hydrogen is the first element of the periodic table. So having one electron is present in the first orbit. Helium is the second element in the periodic table, having 2 electrons, and 2 electrons are present in the first orbit. Here you have to note that in the first orbit, maximum 2 electrons can be present. So in an atom, if 2 electrons are present in the first orbit, that atom is electronically stable. So helium is electronically stable. Next atom in the periodic table, third atom, is lithium. So it has 3 electrons, 2 in the first orbit and third electron present in the second orbit. Next, carbon. Carbon present is 6 in the periodic table. So 6 electrons are present in carbon. 2 in the first orbit and 4 electrons are present in the second orbit. Children, here you will understand why I told you that you have to remember the names of the elements serially. Because if you know the names of the elements serially, you can also know the names of the electrons present in them. Coming to the next example, that is oxygen. Oxygen is having 8 electrons. So 2 in the first orbit and 6 electrons are present in the second orbit. Next example I have taken is neon. Neon is having altogether 10 electrons. 2 in the first orbit and 8 electrons in the second orbit. Here most important things to be noted: if an atom is having 8 electrons into its outermost orbit, according to octet law, I repeat, according to octet law, that atom is electronically stable. So neon is having 8 electrons in its second or outermost orbit. It is also electronically stable atom. Going to the next example, sodium. Sodium is present in 11th position of the periodic table. So having 11 electrons. Electronic configuration is 2 plus 8 plus 1. So if it wants to get stability like neon, whether it has to lose 1 electron, that is the the last electron present in the third orbit, or it has to gain 7 electrons. Which one is easier? To lose 1 electron. So sodium always lose 1 electron, that is 1 negative charge, and become Na+. So valency of the sodium is +1. That is how 1, 2 or 3 electrons if present in the outermost orbit, that atoms tend to lose 1, 2 and 3 electrons respectively while forming compound, and their valency is also +1, +2, +3. That is how from electronic configuration you can determine valency of an atom. Next example I have taken sulfur, having 16 electrons. So electronic configuration is 2 plus 8 plus 6. Next example I have taken of chlorine, having 17 electrons. So electronic configuration is 2 plus 8 plus 7. Here I will elaborate. If chlorine has to fulfill octet law, that is 8 electron in the third orbit, whether it has to gain 1 electron, 1 negative charge, or it has to lose 7 electrons. So easier is gaining 1 electron. Chlorine always gains 1 electron, becomes Cl minus, and its valency is -1. Like atoms having 6 electrons in the outermost orbit, it also always gain 2 electrons and valency is -2. That is how valency is determined. Last example of argon having 18 electron. So electronic configuration is 2 plus 8 plus 8. Third orbit contains 8 electron, fulfilling octet law. So argon is also electronically stable. So far we have discussed 3 electronically stable atoms: helium, neon. So in chemistry, the valence or valency of an element is a measure of its combining power with other atoms when it forms chemical compounds or molecules. So valency is the combining capacity of the atoms. Children, here the name of the elements are given and their valencies are given. You have to learn all the valencies in order to write down the chemical formula. Now here are some common ions or radicals and their symbols. This is also you have to memorize both the symbols and the valency in order to write down formulas of the chemical compounds. Aluminium Al3 plus, valency is 3. Ammonium NH4 plus, valency 1. Calcium Ca2 plus, valency 2. Copper Cu2 plus, valency 2. Copper even in available in valency 1 also. Copper is having both the valency 1 and 2. Hydrogen H plus, valency 1. Fe3, valency 3. Iron even in available in 2 valencies, that is valency 2 and 3. K plus, potassium ion, valency 1. Zn2 plus, zinc ion, valency 2. Like sulfide, bromide, carbonate, chloride, hydride, hydroxide, oxide and sulfide. You have to learn all the symbols and valencies of these ions in order to write down the chemical formula. Now coming to the main thing, how to write formulas. First example, I have taken up potassium chloride. Potassium, in the step 1 we have to write down the symbol. Symbol of potassium is K, symbol of chloride is Cl. In the next step, we have to write down their valency. Potassium's valency is +1, chloride's -1. So they are exchanging their valencies and forming K1Cl1. As both of them are having 1, so this one will dismiss each other and ultimately it will be KCl, that is potassium chloride. Taking the second example, this is calcium chloride. First written the symbol of calcium and chloride. Valency of calcium +2, chloride -1. They are exchanging each other and Ca1, Cl2. 1 we need not to write, so it is coming as CaCl2. Next example, aluminium chloride. Aluminium Al, chloride Cl. Aluminium's valency +3, chloride -1. Exchanging each other, aluminium 1, chloride 3. We are ignoring 1, AlCl3. Next example, potassium hydroxide. OH is hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide. K for potassium, OH for hydroxide. Valency of potassium +1, hydroxide -1. Exchanging KOH. We can ignore this ones. Calcium hydroxide. Calcium's formula Ca, hydroxide OH. Valency of calcium is 2, hydroxide is 1. So CaOH whole twice. We have to keep the entire radical or ion inside the bracket. CaOH whole twice. Next is aluminium hydroxide. Aluminium and hydroxide. AlOH. Valency of aluminium +3, OH -1. So Al1 OH whole 3. So the formula is AlOH whole thrice. A few more examples. Magnesium chloride. Magnesium's formula, chloride's formula. Their valencies exchanging and MgCl2. Calcium oxide. Calcium and oxide. Their valencies exchanging each other forming Ca2O2. We are writing dismissing both the two CaO. Copper nitrate. Cu for copper, NO3 nitrate. Copper's valency +2, nitrate -1. Exchanging the valency CuNO3 twice. Aluminium chloride. Aluminium Al, chloride Cl. +3, -1. Exchanging the valency AlCl3. Calcium carbonate. CaCO3. Calcium +2, carbonate -2. Ca2CO3 whole 2, because we are keeping entire radical inside the bracket or ion inside the bracket. 2 dismissing each other and it is forming CaCO3 for calcium carbonate. So we have to simply follow the 3 steps while writing formulas of chemical compound. In step 1, we are writing symbols of the elements and the ions. In the second step, we are writing valencies of the symbols and the ions. Then we are exchanging their valencies and we are finally writing formula of the chemical compound. If you have understand how to do it, now quickly you have to write down the formula of the following compounds: aluminium sulfate, zinc chloride, sodium hydroxide, zinc hydroxide, hydrogen sulfide, copper chloride. Thank you.